Hey everyone, Kingdom Kid here with kind of like my overall thoughts of the Summer Game Fest events and all the non-E3 events that happened this past week. There was a lot of good stuff, that came out, and some stuff that wasn't really like all too like whatever, but I still say it was a good experience overall, and hopefully next year at E3, there'll be some great stuff from there too, and. Of course, this is before I'm recording this before Nintendo Direct gets announced. There might be one happening later at the end of this month. We'll see, or maybe early July. I don't know. But as of right now, there's been no Nintendo Direct announced. So I was kind of holding on my final thoughts for all this until then. But if there's a Nintendo Direct and if it's a Direct that I can be watching and react to, then it'll be great. But yeah, this will be going over everything. It'll be going over the State of Play that happened on like June 2nd or something like that. We'll be going over the Summer Game Fest event. We'll be going over the Xbox Bethesda event. There's some other event too that happened, I think, but I can't remember. And then we have the Final Fantasy 7 anniversary event, which is probably the best thing that happened all week. But yeah, there's a lot of good stuff that happened, and I'm here to talk about a lot of the things that I was excited for, and hopefully give my, thoughts about everything. So without further ado, we're going to start with the PlayStation State of Play, which I'm going to say this was probably the best State of Play that they've had ever since they've incorporated these things. And I hope this kind of like gives PlayStation an idea of like how they should go about these so far. And I'd say that State of Play was good all around. It was good from start to finish. They started off with a big announcement, they ended with a big announcement too, and they had some good stuff in between as well. So I really like this State of Play. I obviously wasn't able to watch it watch it before I had to go to work. I watched it at work. So yeah, this was a really good one. So like I said, we're going to start with the State of Play. Resident Evil 4 Remake got announced. Not only did it get announced, it got literally the first thing that you see is the release date, March 24th, 2023, which is crazy. Then again, like Resident Evil 8 came out in 2021, right? Yeah, 2021. So, which is great because I think we've been hearing about that. And the thing about Resident Evil 4 Remake here too is it's not like a built up. It's not going to be a 1-by-1 comparison of 4 of the original 4. They're actually going to put a new spin on it too. So I like that a lot. That's basically the same feelings of how I had with Final Fantasy 7 Remake, and we'll talk about that later. But I'm excited for that. Definitely can look for a Let's Play for that in the future. I'm super excited for a Remake 4, and I kind of really want to replay the first one. It's been a long time since I played Resident Evil 4, but I like to do that. And then we had Stray, that cat game, coming out in July 19th, which is exciting because I'm excited to play that game, and it's going to be free for PlayStation Plus members. I don't know if you have to be a specific tier for that, or if it's just flat out any tier. But I still like it nonetheless, so I'm very excited for that one. But and then we have the Callisto Protocol, which is like made by the people that made Dead Space games and such. That's coming out on December 2nd, which is very close to the end of the year, and I'm very excited to play that game too because I love Dead Space and I love that whole trailer that they showed and everything, and I'm excited for that. So I hope to see that, and play it, and hopefully I can beat it before, because I'm pretty sure that game would probably make my top 10 games. We've had some good games come out this year as well. Ether Knights is coming out in 2023, which is fantastic. It's like it's a really indie game made by a big Persona 5 fan, and that trailer looked amazing. I honestly liked it a lot, and I'm excited to play that when that comes out in 2023. So there we go. And then, of course, the big thing that they had was Final Fantasy 16 finally coming out in the summer of 2023. Now, Yoshida-san said that the game can already be played from start to finish, but now they're just taking this whole year to polish it, make it refined, make it look better, maybe any kind of unexpected bugs that could come around. So this should be like probably the best launch game ever. This should be like the best launch game ever. Like you can already play the game from start to finish, and it's all just be like making it look better, making sure everything works good, making sure everything is as it should be. And that new trailer that they showed was fantastic. I love that we got to see a little bit of the battle system, a little bit. Got to meet some new characters and such, and I'm overall super excited to play this game when it comes out in 2023. And we're getting a lot of good Final Fantasy stuff coming in 2023, and even later this year too. So yeah. And of course they announced, they talked more about a little bit of some of the PlayStation VR 2 stuff. Like they had the Horizon game that got there too. So that was good. Now the Summer Games Fest event. I wouldn't say it was bad, but their big, hey, this is our go home thing was leaked like 2 or 3 hours before the event. So it's like, and I said so during the event. If you guys didn't watch my reaction, my live reaction to it, be like, this thing got leaked. That should be the first thing they talk about. Just get it out of the way. But no, they saved it for last. And I'm like, their big. The title of my video is like their big surprise was leaked. And for some reason, that thing's getting over 500 views. So, hey, keep it up. But yeah, we'll talk a little bit about that. They got Aliens Dark Descent coming out in 2023, which I think looks cool. It's kind of like an XCOM-ish kind of game, which is all right by me. America Arcadia. I think that game looks very interesting. I don't remember seeing a release year or anything like that. But I'm super excited for that. You know, you're a guy, like, it's a city that's like all in like a reality TV show type thing, but a guy's trying to escape that. And it looks really cool, and I honestly can't wait to play that. I'm pretty sure it's coming out in 2023, but it looks really awesome. Goat Simulator 3 is coming out in the fall of this year, which pretty interesting for the people that like Goat Simulator. I do have Goat Simulator 1 on PlayStation because it was free for PlayStation Plus members like a few years ago or something, and I was like, I'll pick it up, and I picked it up. So we got Marvel's Midnight Suns coming out on October 7th. Again, that's another kind of like XCOM-ish kind of game. So I don't know if I'm going to pick it up or not. I'm not really too big into those kinds of games, but we'll see. One Piece Odyssey still coming this year, but they didn't give a release date or anything like that. Just said coming 2022. So I'm very interested in it. I really want to get back into One Piece. I mentioned this before. I was into One Piece back in the anime. Of course, this was the 4Kids anime, which, yeah. But I think they got up to Chopper before they stopped, or they, like, you know, do what 4Kids does is they get to a certain point, then they start all over again because they haven't one Kids did enough, so, or 4Kids did enough yet, so. But I'm definitely excited for that. Layers of Fears coming out in 2023, which I'm assuming is like a kind of like a sequel to that series. I know there was a Layer of Fears before. I think there was two, so this could be like the third one, or some kind of like a new game in it. So it looks very interesting. I don't know if I pick it up, but we'll see. And then of course, Last of Us Part 1 game remade coming out September 2nd, which, I mean, it's great for all the people, but I'm so curious about the whole thing. And I haven't watched anything about it, but I'm just like, why are they I mean, some of the things look better than the others, but it's like, it just boggles my mind. It just boggles my mind. And it's $70 when you can just literally play that game on your PlayStation 5 already if you own the PlayStation 4 version of The Last of Us Remastered. So it's like, what are they doing? Yeah, they're going to make it look like Last of Us Part 2, which, again, isn't bad, but it's like, I don't know. They're really being a dead horse here, and I don't get it. I seriously don't get it, but, you know, if you're excited for that, be excited for that. Don't let me hamper your expectations for it. I think it looks fine. Like, I still think the Part 1 game looks fine. I have the PlayStation 4 version of it because, again, that game was free for PlayStation Plus members. I haven't played it yet. But yeah. And I guess the good news is it comes with the DLC for it too, which is great for the people that didn't play the DLC, like me. So, yeah. I will probably check it out at some. Maybe I will get. I don't know. If I do get, I'm not getting it this year. But yeah, we'll see. So that was all of the Summer Games Fest. Then we had the Xbox Showcase, which was a really good showcase as well. Everything that they showed there is going to be available to play within the next 12 months, which is really good. Because one of the early things that they showed was Silksong finally coming out, which a lot of people of Hollow Knight fans really are looking forward to, and I might look forward to it too. I haven't played Hollow Knight yet. I do have it free for PlayStation Plus because it was free for PlayStation Plus, and I think, if you have the one of the premium or the second tier of PlayStation Plus, you can play it as well. So go for it. But I've had it since, because it was a free to play game for like one of those games for that month. And I haven't played it yet, but I'm very looking forward to it. A Plague's Tale Requiem got a new trailer as well. It's still slated for 2022. They didn't give a release date yet, although I think there is an event that is happening or has already happened where they were going to release it. I think it's happening soon, like on June 20th something. So they're going to give the release date then. But even then, I mean, I'm super excited for that. I played the first game earlier this year, and I'm definitely going to play the second game when it comes out. As Dusk Falls, that game looks very interesting to me. That's coming out in July 19th, and that looks very interesting. It reminds me of the Telltale slash there's another kind of game, but it's a big choose your own adventure type thing where a lot of your choices will matter as such. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. I think it's only Xbox exclusive, and I think you can play it with Xbox if you have Game Pass as well on your PC. But that game looks really fun, so if you have an Xbox, I would recommend picking that up. Pentiment is coming out in November of this year. It looks very interesting. It looks very side-scrolly-esque with it kind of looks to be around the time of like the bubonic plague, which may be not the bubonic plague, but like even later than that. But it looks very interesting still, so looks very good. Diablo 4 got announced, coming out in 2023. Good for the people that like those kinds of games. Wulong Fallen Dynasty is coming out in 2023, which looks very interesting. It's made by Koei Tecmo and Team Ninja, who are the same people that made Strangers of Paradise and Nioh. So it's probably going to be a game similar to that in a way, which I'm all for that. That game looks fun as hell. And probably the biggest, most exciting thing that came out of that event is Persona 3 Portable, Persona 4 Golden, and Persona 5 Royal are coming out on Xbox and on Steam. Very excited that other people can finally play Persona games. And then a few days later, Atlas announced like, hey, these games are also coming out for PlayStation 4. And Persona 5 Royal is actually getting a PlayStation 5 version, which is pretty cool. So I'm excited for that. And speaking of Persona 5 Royal, that's coming out on October 21st. So that's very interesting, and I'm super looking forward to that because I don't know if like it'd be great if like, hey, if you have the PlayStation 4 version of it already, you get the free upgrade. I will definitely play that game over again because I freaking love Persona 5 Royal, and I will definitely play that game again for like the 5th time or 6th time or however many times I've played the game because it's so fucking good, and I really like it a lot. So and it's going to be on Game Pass, so hey, if you have an Xbox and you're not too sure about that, it'll be right there on Game Pass, so you can go check it out yourself, and I'm excited for that. I can't wait, especially with Persona 5 or Persona 3 Portable. I love that game so much. Persona 3 itself. I know a lot of people are disappointed, like, well, why isn't it best? Well, it's because technically Persona 3 Portable is the better version of Persona 3. Persona 3 Portable may not have the 3D models on the map or, see all the anime cutscenes that Fest has, or have the answer, but let's be honest, the answer is not really that great in my opinion. You can literally just watch the like cutscenes that's going to be like around an hour or so. I mean, the answer's still fine, but at the same time, like, it's not really a big deal to me. But again, maybe they're working on something better. Which again, that would be weird if they're going to make like a full remake of Persona 3 Fest when they have Portable. But we'll see. We'll see. There is still that big October announcement coming out, so we'll see about that. Finally, like this Persona announcement has probably been the best thing that they've had for this whole 25th anniversary thing. This has been the best thing they've had. Is like, hey, 3, 4, and 5 are coming to everything basically. So there's that. And then of course they showed off Starfall, which looks good. Again, you have Xbox, it's great. Although I'm not too thrilled about the whole over 1,000 planet site thing. I know that's got a lot of people be like, okay, hold on, what the fuck? So I don't know. I personally probably wouldn't be a big fan of that, but we'll see. Capcom also had a thing that showed up. The only thing out of that I'm really interested in is the Resident Evil 8 is getting some DLC in October 28th, The Shadows of Rose, which I think is really good that they're going to have like a little mini campaign for Rose first before they go into Resident Evil 9. So I'm super excited for that, and be on the lookout for when that comes out, and we will definitely be playing that. Then, of course, the big thing, the Final Fantasy VII event. Remake Integrate came out on June 17th on Steam, so go ahead, you can finally play that on Steam. Still no Xbox version, which is weird, so who knows, we'll see about that, but that might, I don't know, they might play into this later from what I'm going to say later. Ever Crisis has a closed beta coming out later this year, which I'm super excited for that as well. Ever Crisis is basically going to show, it's basically what a lot of people wanted when they announced Final Fantasy VII Remake, is it's basically going to look like a better version of Final Fantasy VII. And it's going to have Crisis Core. It's going to have, I think it's going to have Before Crisis. It's going to have, Final Fantasy VII. It's going to have some stuff from Advent Children. It's going to have some stuff from Dirge of Cerberus and maybe like one other game I think I forgot to mention. But it's basically going to show everything. So I'm super excited for that. And I think it's going to be free to play on your mobile. So I hope they bring that to console as well. We're getting Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core Reunion as a game coming out this winter, which I'm very excited for. And that's coming out for everything. Literally everything is coming out for PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X. The Switch is getting it. Steam and I think Epic Games Store as well. And I'm super excited for that. Crisis Core is definitely my favorite thing out of the whole entire Final Fantasy VII cinematic universe thing. And I'm super excited for that. So I cannot wait. And then finally, the big one. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. AKA Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 2. In this trilogy. They announced it during this live event that there is it's going to be 3 games. It's got Remake, Rebirth, and then the third one, which Tetsuya Nomura says that he hoped to reveal that soon, and he wants to, there is a meaning behind the names of all that too. So my guess for that is Renew. Like Renew, I think would be a good name for that as well, so we'll see. But I'm very excited for this. This was definitely the biggest event that happened, and I cannot wait for Crisis Core Reunion. Cannot wait for Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, which is coming out again. Winter. Let me just rephrase this. Winter is mid-December to mid-March. So winter could be coming out. So Crisis Core could be coming out in December, January, February, or March, and Rebirth could be coming out in February or December, January, February, or March. So just letting you all know that they didn't give a year. They just said coming out this winter and next winter. They didn't give a year. They didn't say winter 2022. They didn't say winter 2022. They didn't say winter 2023. Just letting you all know it could go into 2023 or 2024. So there's that. And then, of course, Dragon's Dogma 2 also got announced as well for all those fans. But yeah, guys, that's it. That's all of the things that I'm super excited for. Let me know what you guys are super excited for in the comments below and what you guys are excited for in terms of all the things I've said. Final Fantasy VII, 16, so many good things. And because of all this, I honestly think Kingdom Hearts 4 is going to be coming out in 2024. I just think it's coming out in 2024. Maybe summer or fall of 2024. But we'll see. Of course, they didn't show anything Kingdom Hearts 4 related, which I'm totally fine with that. They already had their event, and we might see something new maybe this year or sometime next year. Who knows? Of course, Nomura did have an interview about that as well. So, but yeah, guys, let me know. So, thank you all for watching. And again, let me know what you guys are most excited for. And if there's a Nintendo Direct, I will do my best to maybe react to it or something. We'll see if it's happening at a time when I'm not at work or something. So, we'll see. All right, guys, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.